What's up, folks? Welcome to 802 Garage, your home for endless project cars, which are really peeing me off today. I haven't been very productive for the last 2 days. I'm not happy about it. I'm sure you won't be that happy about it, but you can deal with it. I'm the one who has this friggin' red thing and this friggin' red thing taking up my whole garage. So let's just throw it right to the montage real quick. What I did get done was putting on the rear trailing arms and the lateral links, and I put the big bolt through the long hole and put a bunch of grease all over it because that thing really likes to seize up, as everyone knows, which was really the genesis for a lot of this work in the first place, because all I was gonna do was a wheel bearing, but then because the subframe was so bad and the wheel bearing wouldn't come out, I was like, why don't I just swap everything anyways? So that's when that started, because I was just gonna get it moving with a decent wheel bearing, but that really didn't make sense. So put all that in. I also reconnected the drive shaft, put on the drive shaft shield, the thing that stops the drive shaft from falling on the ground if something breaks or you didn't tighten the drive shaft bolts right. Then I went on a torquing quest and I torqued all of the bolts except for the two outer links. So here's some torquing action. But yeah, so that's pretty much where I'm at. Let me show you real quick. Just this is what everything looks like right now. It looks real nice. Everything is real good. But the thing that is really, really annoying me and why I'm not in a great mood is these little rubber caps right here. These little rubber stoppers go on the forward lateral link bolts so that in a crash you don't puncture your gas tank. And I fought with the passenger side for like a solid 20 or 30 minutes and couldn't get it in. I'm sure I have some footage I can show you here, but basically no matter how I pried, I just couldn't quite get it to fit over. And the thing is, I'm sure if I had the right width and length pry bar, I could get it to bend just enough to get that thing over that. But then when I go to get it aligned, if that ever happens anyways, they would never be able to get it out. So for now, at the least, I might as well leave it off. And what's really annoying is I don't know why it's not fitting. It should fit. You know, that subframe is in good shape. I don't see anything wrong with the gas tank straps or with the tank itself. Everything is mounted in the right place. The frame doesn't look bent. So I'm not sure why I can't get that to fit. Maybe I'm missing something. Maybe you're supposed to put it on before you put on the nut somehow, but I don't think so. So it could be that because this subframe is from a GD Impreza and not a GC, that there are actual slight dimensional differences. Like maybe that's tucked up slightly more or forward slightly more, which would be kind of weird because you would think that would throw off the alignment. And I know plenty of people switch these GD subframes into GCs. So at any rate, it's really not a big deal. I can run without them. They're only really important in a crash or like a major, shaky event. And if I puncture that gas tank, oh well, there goes that gas tank, and then I'll, fire is fun, right? Who cares? Other than that, I haven't gotten a ton done, but I will show you something a little more exciting. We'll go look at the brakes real quick. And then the other thing that I did do is I just made sure that it was completely clear around the O2 WRX, and I'll show you that. Why don't we just start it up real quick just for fun? But you can see lots of snow out here, of course. It's snowing again right now. And, oh, it's also like pure ice in my driveway. But yeah, so it's pretty nice and clear around the O2 WRX. I cleaned it off pretty thoroughly because it had a big, basically ice swath that went up through the middle of the car and over the roof. And like when I do want to work on this thing, that's going to be a big pain. But so it should start up pretty easy, which is nice because at least it did come with a good battery. I was worried that it was going to be dead from sitting. Let's see. And I believe that weird noise is a bad starter bearing, so it just needs a new starter. But yeah, it's still a WRX. Oh, a little bit of fuel smell. Oh Jesus, I should not have inhaled that. Anyway, I was smelling to see if there's any coolant smell. Yeah, so it sounds good. It still misses on startup if it's been sitting, so probably moisture. Seems seems mostly okay right now, probably because I warmed it up so long earlier. But yeah, there you have it, folks. Just figured I'd show you that real quick. Yeah, basically just wanted to show you that I did something, even if I didn't get all of what I wanted to accomplished. You know, like I said, I was just pretty unproductive the last couple days. I don't really know why. Yesterday, I did come out and work for a while, obviously, but it was pretty late in the day. Today, I got started late as well, and I also got interrupted a couple times by various things, and also, like, my cousin was over here yesterday, so it is what it is. This thing is still closer to being done. I'm just sorry it's not where I want it to be, but I did want to show you this real quick. At least this is all the brake parts for the e-brake, but just to show you what I got, come on, for the brakes. So this is nothing, well, ceramic brake pads for the rear. I like ceramics because they don't make a lot of brake dust, and they tend to be quiet too. But I just wanted to show you this real quick. Whoa, since I mentioned it the other day. But yeah, these are, I think these are the Geomet, although I'm not 100% sure, but these are our Concepts drilled and slotted rotors. And normally I might not go for those. I actually preferred going with just slotted because I know that the drilled rotors can crack and stuff like that. But as I showed you briefly, although I'm sure plenty of you might have missed it, it should match fairly well with the fronts. It's not exactly the same drilled pattern. The fronts are, looks like 2 sets of drilled holes and then a slot, whereas these are like kind of a weird drilled pattern in a slot. But it's still gonna, you know, match way better than having blanks in the rear and drilled and slotted in the front, which is what it had before. So I don't know, just thought that that was at least interesting. And another thing, I'll give you one more quick preview too about why this car is junk. Yeah, that's real nice. Crusty door. But yeah, lots of parts I haven't talked about yet. I did get these intercooler hoses, but actually the new intercooler has a better set, so I'll probably won't even be using most of this. Belts and some 4-gauge wire to redo the battery. And what is this? Oh, that's to do battery terminal crimping. Some new battery terminals. These were just wheel bearing seals, the ones I couldn't replace before I replaced the bearing. And these are all crimp-on copper lugs for the wire. Boost clamps. Yeah, so I don't know. Just thought I'd show you that real quick. I feel the need to put something interesting in my updates since I didn't get enough work done. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. I've also still been pretty sore and tired from shoveling and everything. The backs of my arms right now are killing me from even just from being under the car and torquing everything and trying to get that rubber cover in. It just like didn't work. And now like, I don't know what that muscle is. I guess it's tricep, but it's like the inner tricep. I don't know what to call it. It's just like really sore, like to the point where when I was working under there, you know, you just kind of feel like a constant like searing pain in the back of the arm. So, you know, maybe my body needed the break. It is what it is. This is a lot of work, believe it or not. And it is the sort of thing that would be way easier, of course, with a lift and, you know, some jacks that are for transmissions, you know, that go up really high, some lift jacks and everything like that. And, you know, I won't lie, goals for 2020 are to ideally get a lift as well as a TIG welder and of course have a running, driving, problem-free, inspected, registered, insured car, you know, be 100% legal with a car that's not non-functioning. That would be really nice. Speaking of which, there is a chance I might acquire another vehicle, and if you got all the way to the end and you see this, don't judge me. Well, you can actually say whatever you want in the comments, but if you made it all the way in, you can let me know. That's gonna be all. Hopefully this video won't even be 10 minutes because screw YouTube in their ad revenue. And I really appreciate y'all, but been uploading a video every 2 days. I definitely don't wanna lose the momentum, and I hope y'all appreciate it. So there is more progress on the GC, and I should be able to have the brakes for sure done on this by next video because really all that it is assembling the emergency brake, which I've done plenty of times, and fortunately the brake parts that came with all the parts I got for this car are in really good shape, so I don't even have to clean them up that much, just lube them and throw them on. I've done that a bunch of times. The disc brakes is obviously like, put the pads in, 2 bolts, some lube, you know, whatever. And then the exhaust, hopefully will be done. Let me show you, I have been looking for mid pipes, by the way, and the reason why is just because, like, this is a pretty nice exhaust. It is a pseudo. At one point, this was a fairly expensive item, and I believe it's 2.5 inch all the way along here. It might be 2 1/4, I forget. And then I think this is 2 1/4 pipe that they sort of sleeved into that to modify it to fit with the car. And the only reason I really don't like it is right here. It was press bent, and you can see it necks all the way down to, I think it's like basically 1 3/4. It really necks down pretty bad. And granted, this car isn't making the kind of power that I really need to worry about it, but it's sort of ugly. I don't really like it. And I'd like to see if I can just get a better mid-pipe. But most of them, just to get a mid-pipe, is pretty expensive, surprisingly. So I probably won't bother for now, of course, but just figured I'd mention it. All right, thank you. Appreciate y'all. You know, next video should be more exciting, but I'm doing what I can. Lost my train of thought there, but this is the end of the video. Bye-bye. Thanks for the SR20. Have a wonderful time.